Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Just a quick break between games 1 and 2 of our opening best of 3 tonight for the World Esports Championship. We've got game 2 of MiTH.Trust and Titan about to start. I'm Zyori, joined remotely by Winter. Winter, it was a pretty convincing game number 1. What can MiTH.Trust do to prevent that from happening again?
I think it was mostly like the rotations, and by Net and XT, I mean they are very good supports that always be aggressive early on. They need to be very careful of those rotations. I mean their draft last game, as long as they don't take too heavy damage early on and they go into the early team fights with a Roshan with the Aegis on their hands, since it's not going to be too possible for Titan to stop them from getting Aegis since they have Tia and Shaman and they're on the iron side. They just needed to let that happen, and Doom have like hopefully a blink for the first fight, and I think it would be actually fine if they don't take too much damage early on, but they just took too much.
10 seconds remaining.
They lost too many heroes in the early ganks, and they just fall too far behind, and Titan had double-minded, so that even adds into the lead they had. So it was already very difficult, even when the point where they already managed to secure the Aegis.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. But context of this game here, MiTH.Trust will ban out the Lycan and the Doombringer, and Titan ban out the Panda as well as Razor. Interesting choices from MiTH.Trust with these first 2 picks. They open with a first pick tied, as we see Viper and Faceless Void snagged by Titan.
Yeah, I think Void is actually very good to deal with the Tide as well, but I guess it goes both ways. So if the Void jumps in and doesn't chrono the Tide, and Tide has Blink hiding behind, and he just blinks past the Chronosphere to ravage whoever is coming in to follow up. But it's kind of the same as Tide though. If Tide blinks into ravage first and the Void just jumps behind the ravage to chrono the ones behind. So whoever makes the first move here is not gonna be too happy about it. You try to be the one waiting for someone to make a move first before you go in.
Yeah. That's a fair way to put it. Both teams banning out a lot of supports here with their 3rd and 4th bans. Shadow Shaman as well as the Shadow Demon banned out by Titan, and Ancient Apparition and Skywrath taken out of the field.
Shaman is like really good with Tide because, like as I said, Tide you don't want to be the one to make the first move. But let's say you go to the enemy tower, you drop Shaman wards, and the enemy is like, do we actually want to defend this? And risk getting ravaged, so you don't want to. So Tide, I feel like Tide and Shaman is a very good combination as well. For the Shadow Demon, it's mainly because of the Void Chronosphere you want to disrupt, so they take it out. But MiTH.Trust will go for another support which deals with the Chronosphere well, the swap from the bench.
Yep. That's where she shines, the Sacrificial Lamb. Hopefully she's the one that dies, so you can get some of that negative aura going on. Hero that sort of just fits the bill nicely with the Void.
Yeah, and the minus armor is good for the Tidehunter, the Terror, since Anchor Smash is minus armor. I mean physical damage, so it actually helps the Tidehunter do more damage in the fights with Anchor Smash.
Yep.
But let me ask you something. Are you a fan of Pudge versus Chronosphere? Just hook the
Pudge?
target out. Yeah, versus Chronosphere. You just hook whoever he Chronospheres out of the ultimate.
Yeah, I mean that can work. It kind of depends on how he puts down the chrono, though. You're not always going to be in that position to get an easy hook.
It's not gonna be easy like bench.
Yeah, I think that's easier said than done. If you're a really good Pudge player and you have like a Blink Dagger, that could be cool. But I don't know. I've never seen someone try and do that in a competitive game. But
bench is like you swap your life for the one in the chrono. So like Pudge is like a get out of jail card for the guy inside the chrono.
Yeah.
Free escape.
But Titan will 3rd pick the Lion, and that's going to be your net hero. He'll probably just be going the fast Blink Dagger, standard net play.
If you notice, like he always goes for the impaling heroes.
Yeah.
Assassin, Sand King, Lion.
And there's your Witch Doctor, a great support to pair with the Faceless Void.
The Chronosphere plus the the bouncing stuff.
The bouncing stuff, yeah, and the Death Lord.
Okay, the what?
Yeah, it's really disgusting. And great synergy there. But MiTH.Trust have another hero that's pretty good to deal with the Faceless Void and the Witch Doctor at that. Of course, that is the Silencer. So if you can find the initiation with the Global Silence, stop the Void from getting off the bubble, maybe bring him down while he's silenced, it can be pretty big. But one of the issues that I have with Silencer to counter the Void is that Global Silence is just such a long cooldown, especially if Void goes Ag Scepter, even in that late game once Void gets it to an 80-second cooldown. You can still get those chronos off even if you use the Global Silence well, just because of the cooldown difference.
With Axe, it's like 60 seconds, so it's even better against the Global. The Global is like twice as long as the
Yep.
X Scepter upgrade Chronosphere. But it's gonna be up to Titan. Titan needs to get for sure BKBs on their. I mean, it's weird to say you need to get BKB on a Witch Doctor, but
Yeah. Well, it's not the craziest thing. You usually see Witch Doctors try and rush the Egg Scepter to get those
yeah,
big
the
bounces,
X.
but
I mean, I think it's one of the best X upgrade in the game for Witch Doctor's ultimate.
yeah.
It multiplies his ultimate damage by I think a lot, by twice or 3 times. Because
Yeah,
of the bounce, you get 4 bounce regardless of the level of your ultimate. As long as you get the X Scepter, so it's very crazy.
Yeah, once he has Ags, I think Witch Doctor has the highest physical damage output in an 8-second period than anyone else. If he has like all 4 of them bouncing and he has an Ag Scepter, the damage is just it's unmatched. It's pretty ridiculous. So maybe he'll go for a BKB pretty quickly this game, but pretty well-rounded draft from Titan. It'll be an off-lane Faceless Void, the position 1 Viper as we saw last game.
Off-lane Faceless Void.
And
it's dire side, so you want something that can really abuse the fact that you are closer to Roshan. So TA is like the last game, good versus the Roshan. And MiTH.Trust wants to go for something that potentially might be able to pressure the TA on the lane, which is the Corp. But I don't think like TA is that worried because you can always melt dodge the Shadow Strike unless the Corp brings sentries to the lane at level 1. That's usually how you want to play against that matchup. You bring sentries as the Corp.
Okay. So in a vacuum, would you say TA has a little bit of an upper hand against Queen of Pain, or is it a pretty even matchup?
It's quite okay for both heroes to get CS, but TA, if the co-op doesn't bring sentries, TA has the upper hand in the lane because of reflection. Obviously, you last hit better than the co-op. As long as co-op doesn't land the Shadow Strikes on the TA, then the TA is fine.
Okay. All right. So we'll see how the lanes settle down here. It will be Tooty playing on the Faceless Void, the stand-in here for Titan. Of course, there is no Yamate. I've seen people in chat asking about Yamate this entire time. He's not playing on Titan right now, folks, so you won't get to see him here tonight.
Broke his computer, apparently.
He broke his computer? Is that what happened?
Yeah, well, his computer got struck by lightning and he couldn't play.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What? Oh my god, dude, that's terrible.
I think stuff like this doesn't happen in the States.
If it does, you don't hear about it too often. Wow. That's really unfortunate. But we'll do introductions in a moment here. It looks like we may see a jungle invade. Ohio in the front lines, and Mama, he's standing nearby, but they don't have an easy way to initiate this. No stuns, and he'll be just fine. So they get a ward down. Dire Observer right outside of the pole camp here. And that's all they'll do with their little invade.
Now this is extremely helpful for the Faceless Void to have a ward there scouting the movements. This is very crucial for him to Void needs levels very much compared to a lot of other offlaners. He needs it a lot, so you need to give him some help early on to ensure that he gets he's able to get that level. So they're gonna let the support scout the rune, and the Void is gonna block the creeps, so he gets an easy level 2 at the start.
All right, well, let's introduce some rosters here on the Radiant side. The team that's down 0-1 in this best-of-3 series, MiTH.Trust. We've got Naki playing on the Silencer here in the safe lane. He'll be joined by Mama on the support Vengeful Spirit, and they will both be supporting Lakel's here on his signature Morphling. In the mid lane, MyPro playing on the Queen of Pain, and that leaves us with KYT for some offlane Tidehunter, already with the Kraken Shell leveled up and a Stout Shield to get things started. So he is...
Wow, that is not what you see so common.
Yeah.
Because the way it doesn't stack the way the spell works with the Stout Shield. Basically, if you get a Stout Shield prop, it doesn't stack with the Kraken Shell. So when you get... Oh, they're gonna go on him.
Yep, he's in big trouble. Stout Shield and Kraken Shell will maybe be enough to save him here. A few more auto attacks ought to do it. But the Tango's enough. He lives.
Yeah, that actually saved him. But I still think if he has Anchor Smash, he would still be able to get Anchor Smash on 2 heroes, then he would still be fine though. But the most important thing is he's alive. That's what matters for him. But like I said before, the way it works is if you proc the Stout Shield, it blocks 20 damage, and it doesn't stack with the Kraken Shell. So when you don't proc Stout Shield, it blocks 10 damage from Kraken Shell. So that's how it's gonna work. Yeah. When you have the Stout Shield and Kraken Shell. Right, together.
So it sort of kind of works together at level 1, but once you put that second point in Kraken Shell, it's always better. And
it's already a wasted investment once you have 2 points in Kraken Shell.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking. So we'll hold that thought though, as Tooty could be in some trouble. He will time walk back, and gets out of range of the Magic Missile. So he'll be okay, but Now Tootie's totally out of mana and doesn't have any clarities, so needs to be a little bit more cautious. We'll go blow for blow with Naki, but doesn't get the better of the exchange.
Yeah, it's very annoying to lane up against a support like Silencer. Very good at laning base, at zoning, taking away your mana. Like either Silencer or Skyrath Mage, I think it's like the most annoying, as because me myself I play off lane. So these two supports are the most annoying to go up against because they have a lot of terracing power, and they are able to take you low even though you're very tanky off lane like a Void or even a Centaur. So it's very hard to get levels against those type of supports. They're not able to deward the Observer Ward though, so I mean this sentry is a bit off the mark. Usually people would place it here in the middle, so slightly towards the middle here, so you can actually see more to the left instead of he placed it so much to the right. Yeah. Maybe he was already anticipating, like, because they raided the jungle, so he was anticipating maybe Titan to place a ward here.
Oh, yeah.
Probably that's the case, but it's too bad. Oh, Tudi doesn't have mana though. He's gonna get surrounded. Oh, he might die here.
Yeah, he is in big trouble. Mama getting in position for the magic missile. Now Tudi committing towards the tower. Lakel's with the waveform forward. That'll be a dead faceless void for the first blood. Oh, it's backtrack.
What?
He's still alive.
How much is he gonna backtrack?
What the heck? Almost. Naki secures the first blood with one more glaive, but
Momo sends another sentry. Oh, he's gonna find the ward. Finally, mission accomplished.
It only took him 3 centuries, and the ward lived for half the duration, but that's okay. He got it. That's what counts. Meanwhile, in the top lane, though, Titan, all 3 of them grouping up and pressuring this tower. Not much KYT can do about it. He is level 3, does have that 2nd point in Kraken Shell, and 1 point in Anchor Smash. I would have thought he'd do the opposite here, but already that Stout Shield is just completely wasted.
I mean, usually you see players go for the build where you go 2 branch and a lot of regen, and you don't buy a Stout Shield. You save go for boots, and you go for 2 Kraken Shell early like this. So in case of a situation like this, you have a lot of regen to withstand the lane. Yeah. But he's going for a build where, I mean, this build, I don't really agree that it's... I mean, it's very strong at level 1, because it still works at level 1, but it's not good in the long run in the lane, because you don't have enough regen and you're going to waste the Stout Shield investment. That's my thought about it.
Yeah, I agree, and you know, I guess that extra point Anchor Smash wouldn't help him defend this tower too much more, but
I mean, it's more just to the fact where you waste your investment as an offlane. You don't get so much gold on offlane, so you want to make every goal you have count.
Yep.
Well, with the supports and the co-op, are they gonna try? Nah, they are spotted out for sure. There's a ward there by Titan.
Yep.
And looking at the middle lane, Andrew, it's almost the same. Yes.
Yeah, dead even. As TA gets a little bit of space here after that rune. Completely even, but Quap does have an invisibility rune on. They'll hop forward onto Ohio. There is a sentry down, so they see him through the meld. Mawmoth throws out the Wave of Terror. There's your magic missile. This should be a kill on the Templar Assassin, and that will make it 2-0 as MiTH.Trust pull ahead here in the early stages of this match.
Yeah, it's very important for them to get that going on. Since Queen of Pain is a snowball hero, you can't afford to fall behind. So, I mean, you want to help him as much as possible. Top lane, KYT, I think he's not going to get out from this, even with the Kraken Shell. Oh dear.
Yep, he gets turned into a frog, and they'll chop him down. That'll be the first kill for Titan, and Net will actually be the one that secures it. So, they did knock down that top tier 1 tower, glancing at the gold difference. Titan with a very small lead, about 250, but MiTH.Trust getting the better of the experience for him. They have about 1,000 experience lead already out of the gate at about 5.5 minutes.
Yeah, they got 2 kills. They got 1 kill on the Void and 1 kill on the co-op, 2 of your cores. And the offlane Titan has more experience than the Void, so that's generally how they got their advantage as well. But looking at the heroes, is anyone building a MiTH.Trust? That's what I'm concerned now. Is anyone building a MiTH.Trust? Nope, KYT is building a mech. Yeah, and Morphling, did he buy a MiTH.Trust? Yeah, Morphling bought a MiTH.Trust.
Oh yeah, there it is. Just delivered on the courier. So
just short of 6 minutes.
Pretty good
he got
timing.
It at 5 yeah, he got it at 5.5 or so.
Yeah.
But he got a kill. I don't know. He actually didn't get the last hit, but yeah, they got a kill at bottom lane, so that got him some extra gold apart from the CS on the lane.
Middle lane. KYT rotating over, and the Shadow Strike is already on Ohio. But Refraction will keep him okay. Net nearby, and it looks like that's where this fight will end. Both teams with supports rotating in, and neither side eager to commit.
Viper is a hero that doesn't really need the supports to be there, so yeah, they benefit. Middle lane, they're gonna go in again. Oh no, the stun is gonna land, but nah, they're not gonna go.
He makes it to the high ground, turns it around with a side trap, and looking for potentially a kill onto the Vengeful Spirit.
Oh, here comes the two Titan supports there. Run around the river. Yeah, they're gonna get the bench maybe. Oh, no, he didn't manage to land his stun.
But two side traps. One of them will connect onto Mama. There's your Earth Spike. Ohio coming in. They want this kill on the Vengeful Spirit. The Quap ulti flies through. Will secure the kill onto Net.
Oh,
but Ohio did absorb a fair bit of it. Naki flying through as well. And Ohio overcommitted. He will fall. It'll end up being a 2-for-1 trade. And MiTH.Trust find the better of it.
That was a really good trade for MiTH.Trust for sure. Like KYXY gets a solo kill on the Tide, so the Tide is not gonna have a good time.
Yep.
Like I said, Viper is a hero that doesn't need to be babysitted. Very strong in the lane himself alone, so the offlane would get harassed a lot. And just looking at the CS, Tide is having a bad time. Just same as the Void. The Void is also having a bad time.
Yeah, that was one of those unfortunate timings. It looks like Tide is one creep kill short of level 6, so I actually missed it, but possibly trying to man up, hoping to get that experience. KYXY had the Viper Strike, and now he has a huge advantage over that Tide Hunter, so things will get a little more difficult for him. Also, mech now complete on the Viper as the Courier delivers it. So if Titan want to group up and start team fighting a little bit sooner rather than later, they do have that mech advantage.
Yeah, they are the ones that want to fight earlier since they built a mech and MiTH.Trust built a Midas on the safe lane. That's the key difference right now for both the teams.
And down bottom, Tootie will be initiated upon once again, but time walk back to safety. And that'll be the end of it.
Looking at the experience of the supports though, Silencer is very close to level 6. This is going to be huge. Like, once the Void jumps in with his level 6, when he has level 6 Chronosphere, he just silences everyone else and the initiation would be really weak already. Oh no, Ravage on top.
Yep, KYXY in trouble as MyPro blinks forward. Does he have an ultimate here? No, 35 seconds still on the Sonic Wave. Mech will pick him back up. Support on the way.
Man, that was a really weird kill. Trying to kill attempt there.
Yep, and now they'll turn it around on the Tide. The cast connects. There's your Earth Spike. Viper Strike for good measure. Nowhere for KYT to go.
Here comes the TA as well.
And maybe they can get MyPro out of this as well. Nope, just the Tide. No way to lock down the Queen of Pain.
That was really weird to go for that. You only try to get that kill if you have your skill build is Gush 1 level, and your Kraken your Anchor Smash is level 2 instead of 3. I mean, only then you try to get that kill. But they tried to get that kill without a Gush. I mean, even with the Gush, it was gonna be really close to whether they get the kill. But without the Gush, I think they were never gonna get the kill because they needed to chase very long time. And Viper has corrosive skin.
Yeah,
I mean, you're not gonna do it.
I think they needed the Sonic Wave there if they wanted to secure that kill. That's I don't know. I thought
even with the Sonic Wave, they still needed like another nuke or something. He had like mech and a lot of stick charges though, so I'm not sure if they were gonna get a kill even with the Sonic Wave.
Yeah.
Unless they managed to burst him down during the Ravage time and he can't pop his stick charge and mecha, then maybe they'll be able to kill him.
Yeah, well, certainly without the Sonic Wave, no way they're going to do it. I think that's if they were going to get the kill, that would have been a key facet. So either way,
the Gush as well. They needed the Gush very badly for that.
So,
but they didn't actually stack up too much for the Tide to do Ancients though. So it's only so far 2 stacks there. The Ancients.
Yeah. So not a huge recovery to be had for him right now. KYT, he is just so broke. Brown boots, stout shield, magic stick. That's about all he's got to his name. Nowhere close to a blink dagger for him. Down bottom, Tootie getting harassed, but he'll be okay for now. Silencer doing things a little differently here. He's opted for the Curse of the Silent Primary, level 6 with 3 points in it. You actually don't see that too often either. I guess it's pretty good against Void since he doesn't have too many. Well, he doesn't really have a spammable ability outside of Time Walk.
I mean, it's just directly targeted at like he wants to use this to zone out the off lane Void. Top lane.
KYXY, he'll try and TP out, but they've got the damage to bring him down. This time they have the Sonic Wave, and Mama secures the kill on that Vengeful Spirit.
Yep, that was a very big kill since he was the one with the most farm on Titan side. Looking at things right now, like the Void doesn't have too much of farm. But they just want to run the Void as like he's just like the clockwork type of hero. Just running, basically you just want the Chronosphere, so they don't really care if the Void doesn't have too much farm. For me, they just want to get farm on the TA and Viper so they can fight early on. Oh, the Void is gonna run out of mana though. He can't contribute 5 stick charges. I don't think he has enough for even if he use all his stick charges with the intelligence traits, I don't think he has enough for the Chronosphere. That's actually really big. They're trying to set up a gang at bottom and he doesn't have mana for Chronosphere.
Yeah, smoke coming in from the Titan supports.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough. Look at it.
They'll walk right into Mama and Naki. Nice double stun from the Earth Strike to get things started. And that's a big Witch Doctor ultimate. Double kill for Extinct as they pick off the 2 supports of MiTH.Trust.
That was without the chrono, so anyone has arcane boots. Oh yeah, the Witch Doctor has arcane boots already, so he's gonna have mana now.
Yep. And he's got that 1 point in Voodoo Restoration, so he'll just be healing up a Storm. He actually opted for 1 point in stats over a second Voodoo Restoration or a Maledict. That's a little bit...
I mean, I don't think you need that much in the heal though. It doesn't really scale that well. The level 1 heal is really good and you don't have so much mana early on.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes the push. TA is gonna get sandwiched maybe. No, it's not gonna get sandwiched. KYXY is gonna TP in.
And double side trap. Maybe they can grab a
here's
kill
the
here.
Tide,
Lakel's.
Tide has Ravage.
Yep, he'll man up, and there's the Ravage. Connects on both. KYXY pops the mech. Ohio will stand his ground for now. Viper Strike out on KYT. In comes the Magic Missile. They burn a Dust as well. There's your Global Silence. And that's where the fight will end. A defensive Global as now Tootie comes forward. Chrono on 4. Where's the follow-up damage? MyPro the first to go down. They'll switch to Lakel's as the cask is bouncing around. That's a dead Lakel's. A 2-for-0 exchange as they continue forward. And Mama will take a tumble as well. Make it 3. As Titan take a huge team fight here in the mid lane. They'll be able to grab at least a tower out of this, if not 2.
Yeah, that was what I talked about during the game. Whoever moves, make the first move, Void and Tide Hunter would have the worst end of it. That fight, the Tide ravaged the 2 hardest heroes to kill, the Viper and the TA, the most tanky heroes, and they sort of feel after the ravage, they're like, okay guys, we can't kill these 2 heroes. They ran back and the Void was behind. And it was just an easy chrono since everyone was grouped up, running away.
Absolutely. And now Titan just moves straight into the Roche pit with the Meld Strike minus armor. Roche melts so quickly to all these right clicks. And they will have themselves an uncontested Aegis here in just a few moments' time. And yep, at least Tide found enough farm for some arcane boots. That's something on his way to recovery, but that was a huge swing of momentum there. This has been a pretty even game, and actually MiTH.Trust has been slightly in the lead for most of it, but now Titan, 5,000 gold, 3,000 experience ahead.
Stack the Ancients. He needs to stack the Ancients. Oh no, he didn't stack it. Okay, but like you said, the lead I feel early on was just because of the Midas from the morphing. It doesn't really mean they're that much ahead early game. That's how I feel about it. And Nat has a Blink Dagger already. Okay.
2 Blink Daggers, yeah. 1 on Ohio and now as well.
Yeah, they can actually just jump and just massacre the Silencer and the bench instantly without even using finger on the with the T and the Lion.
Yeah, this Lion, wow, 1, 1, and 6. He only has 6 CS under his belt, but 14 minutes is a pretty damn good Blink Dagger timing for a Lion. He's also level 6 now as well.
If you're talking about Sanking, I understand you jungle so quickly, but Lion, oh boy, he must be doing a lot of work.
Yeah, well, he's been involved in 7 of the 9 kills, so yeah, I'd label that a lot of work.
That's for sure.
So
been involved in like 80%. Around.
That's pretty good. Faceless Void, close to level 9, working on his Mask of Madness, just goes for a Ring of Aquila, has the Morbid Mask, and not doing anything too crazy.
Suddenly the Void is so much on his net worth already after that bottom tower and the middle tower and the Roshan and the one team fight. He was actually very far behind just now. Now he's like almost the same as the middle lane solo of MiTH.Trust, the Quad. That's really bad news for them, and the off lane is same net worth with solo mid.
Yep. He's a full level ahead of the Tide now, and pretty big gap on the net worth on that front as well. Like you said, about tied with the Quap. So both teams will take a turn for the passive here at the 15-minute mark as they farm up their jungles and work on their next round of core items. Ohio also picked up a Drum of Endurance before he grabbed the Blink. So he did tank up a little bit here, but 4-man smoke from Titan here in the mid lane. We see the line on the mini-map. They will rotate through the jungle, and if they find anyone, it will probably be Lakel's. He's farming away, but
that's the person they want to find because he has the Midas. They want to kill him before he makes too much use of the Midas. He's almost there to his Lincolns. I mean, he died the last fight, so slowed him down a lot. But where's the Lion? Lion's gonna make the first move.
And there's the stun, but Global Silence comes out. Already morphing strength. There's your Ravage to follow up. Connects on 2. Ohio and KYXY in trouble. Finger of Death on Tidal. Bring him down. Ohio's still alive for now. Remember, he's carrying the Aegis. So he's okay to take a tumble if it means they can secure a team fight. Naki trying to TP out, but that's not happening. And it will be a 2-for-0.
And they could have taken away the Aegis though, because the waveform, when the morphing was waving back, he actually didn't hit the waveform on the TA. Otherwise, they would have at least gotten the Aegis for that hard work. But in the end, the TA got healed to full HP by the Witch Doctor.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Yep,
attack.
as well as a couple of bottle charges here, and now this will be a dead tier 2 tower in the mid.
Yeah.
That will take it 4-0 in total tower count, 11-5 in hero kills, and Titan further their gold lead that much more. 7,500 gold, 5,000 experience, and they'll go for the high ground.
Yeah, very tough fight. Chrono. Oh no, he didn't want a Chrono. But this is gonna be very tough. They still have Witch Doctor ulti in 30 seconds. He's gonna come online soon with the Chrono. They're probably gonna wait for that before they go in. And they don't have Ravage.
No Ravage or
MiTH.Trust
Global.
Don't have Ravage. Yeah, no Ravage, no Global. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They can just take a fight wherever they want, whenever they want, until the Witch Doctor. They are probably waiting for the Witch Doctor ulti to cool down.
Yep,
10
and it'll be up
seconds,
in
10
just
seconds.
about 10 seconds. There is a glyph available for MiTH.Trust, so they can try and make a big stand here if they're so inclined, but this tower taking pretty heavy damage. There you go, glyph popped. Curse of the Silent being spammed by the silencer, but it's only doing so much. Ohio tops forward, and that'll be a dead silencer to start off this fight. Glyph is expired, and now the tower just a few clicks away from death. Net blinks forward, connects with a stun onto the Tide. Sonic Wave does some damage, connects on 3 heroes, but it just tickles and procs the Aegis. TA comes back up. There's your Chrono on 2. KY, T, and Mama in some trouble. Tidehunter's already fallen. Witch Doctor ulti will secure the kill onto the Vengeful Spirit, and it looks like this could be a quick game 2 as well, Winter. They might not get racks here, but they've at least gotten the tier 3, and this fight's not done yet.
Yeah, I mean, this is how MiTH.Trust should have played the last game, though. This is what they actually wanted to do with the Aegis, and they fought with the first Aegis, and this is the lead that you got out from Titan. But to be fair, Titan won the team fight before that, so they had an easier time getting into this tempo of the game compared to MiTH.Trust in the first game.
Yep, definitely so. They will secure the range racks, and with that, Titan will be happy with their spoils and head to safe territory. Lots of gold up on this Dire side, and that net worth chart just continuing to grow in disparity. 2,000 gold up on net. Seems like he just bought that Blink Dagger a few minutes ago.
Yeah, do you like the Axe Scepter on Lion though? They have Chronosphere to set things up if everyone somehow clumps together and the finger with the Axe Scepter would be cool.
Yeah, it could be fun. I still have not seen an epic like Lion Dark Seer 5-man finger.
Never seen it happen because it's very hard. Oh, Nat is gonna get jumped on here.
Yeah.
Oh, the silence was late.
Turn him into a frog. They used a global for this. Ooh,
Oh,
they get the kill on net, but end of the day, it's just to support Lion, and that's a pretty big cooldown to expend for that.
They're not gonna complain though. If I'm MiTH.Trust, they're so far behind. You take anything you can get. They're like scavengers. Anything you can get, you just take without asking too much.
True that. There is a Death Ward available here. Chrono up in 15. The cask will fly through. A Dire Glyph is available as Ohio comes in.
Oh, he tried to deny, but his team on the turned on the glyph.
Ooh. Yeah, miscommunication there, and now Quap will get the last hit on the tower.
has
Noble effort from Ohio, but falls short. And Lakells makes a silencer replicate. Will bait out. Nothing, just a couple of right clicks.
Poison attacks. Oh, here comes the Void. Chrono.
Yep, Chrono available. There's your Death Ward and the
Oh,
swap, but it doesn't matter. Connects on 3. Mama will fall. MyPro still goes down. KYT connects with the Ravage, but the follow-up damage just isn't there. He will anchor smash down the Void, but a small victory amongst a slew of negatives here. A 1-for-3 trade, and Titan heads straight for the mid lane.
There was a clockwork type of play. You just jump in as Void and you just whatever, just Chrono, and even if you die, you don't care. Your team gets all the kill. Something like clockwork, but you do it better as Void because your obviously Chronosphere has a bigger area of effect than Hookshot.
Yeah, certainly does. Titan will secure this tier 2 tower in the top lane, and then I think the base may be finding itself under assault once again.
The game is already over, I think, at this point. The lead is too much already.
You think so? Insurmountable?
Yeah, they don't have even Ravage for this fight.
No faith in Lakel's Morphling here, Winter.
I mean,
he has
a
Lincoln's.
The odds are like around 10%, at least like 90-10 right now. It's very. The only way MiTH.Trust win is like Titan does some very big mistake. They jump in with the Chrono, they miss the Chrono, and then the Ravage, the Tide blinks in to Ravage after the missed Chrono, and that's how MiTH.Trust is gonna win the fight.
Alright, fair enough. In the hands of Team Titan to throw. There is a Hood of Defiance now up on KYXY, and I think he's got a pipe coming before too long. Oh, it's already complete. On the way via the courier.
Yeah, he's gonna get a point booster as well.
Oh, God. That is one tanky Viper.
Wow, he actually sold his Akira. I'm not. I actually like the item a lot. Aquila, Ring of Aquila, it gives you a lot of stats and
Yeah, it's a value
a lot
item.
of yeah,
Easy
it's
build up,
armor.
one slot.
The armor as well. I would have actually sold my TP scroll.
Yeah.
I would have kept the magic wand and the Aquila for the point booster. But
Yeah.
oh well, that's doesn't really matter too much anyway. But it's just like a personal thing, like that item.
Yeah, definitely a value item. Up top, Net finding himself in trouble once again. Connects with a Hex onto MiTH.Pro.
Dire's top
And
tower
we'll follow
is
up with an
He's
Earth
under
gonna-
Spike, but
No, not this
Radiant's
time.
bottom
Not
tower
this
is
time.
under attack.
yeah, they won't dive it. Lakel's waveforms forward, but doesn't go for Net. Creating a little bit of space here. The rest of his team is down bottom, and they will grab this tier 2 tower.
He's gonna try to stop some
Radiant's
TPs.
bottom tower has
And-
fallen.
No, Viper TP's in as well.
They got
Net
a
won't
free
be so
tower.
lucky.
Yeah, they got a free tower and defended their tier 1, so MiTH.Trust unable to get any trade-offs there. Titan got free gold for everyone on their team, and they're gonna be so happy about that.
Yep. Double damage rune on TA, and just as Roche respawns, luck is the... luck is with Ohio tonight here, Winter. And he also has a
Even-
Desolator. I don't know if we mentioned that, but
Even the rune doesn't want to help MiTH.Trust anymore.
he gets a
and the-
double damage rune 2 seconds
and the
before
Roshan
Roche
spawns.
respawns.
Yeah, what the heck.
Yeah, that is... Can't buy that kind of luck. But there is a Blink Dagger up on the Tidehunter. That is a step in the
Roshan
right
has
direction for
fallen to the
MiTH.Trust.
Dire.
Something small, but maybe.
With every small step, you get closer to the mountain.
Yeah. But double damage rune still live on Ohio. Not for too much longer, but maybe long enough to just burst down this Vengeful Spirit or something. This
Yeah,
Desolator
Pop-
is really going to
Pop
hurt, though.
has her BKB though, so this fight is gonna be the fight where if they don't win this fight, I kind of expect them to call GG if they don't win this fight.
She has her
have to at least
BKB,
get-
but she only has
Yeah.
5 armor. So if she blinks in and Ohio clicks her a couple times, it will be a pretty easy kill. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Curse the Silent to get things... Oh, pardon me. Never mind. Oh, yeah, Curse the
Radiant
Silent to get things started. Only
structures
connects
are
on
fortified.
KYXY. Glyph used already as the tower's at about half health. Both sides have all of their ultimates. This very well could be the final clash. We see Net sitting way far back. There's the Ravage to get things started. Connects on 3. Sonic Wave to follow up. They do get a kill on Witch Doctor and Viper. It's a good hold for MiTH.Trust. Lakel's with a double kill.
Radiant's
And
middle
Titan
barracks
will
are
be
under
repelled.
attack.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was a very. Oh, here comes a Chrono on
Oh, Chrono on 4. Where's the follow-up damage?
The Mail Strike. Oh my god, the Mail Strike. Oh, does it impale
Woo.
on 3?
Maw will
Wow.
fall. Down goes the Tidehunter. And they're just going to take out the trash. MiPro getting clicked down by Ohio. He secures the kill. Naki, the only one left alive. Buyback from the Vengeful Spirit, but it's just not enough. Finger of Death, and it's a full team wipe. Maw, it'll be a dieback for him as well. Maybe not. Whoa, okay. Ohio blinks back in. Will finish him off. And ultra kill for Ohio. The Desolator is just too much. Still has the Aegis in tow. It was a nice fight for MiTH to get things started, but they're just too far behind, and yep, there's the GG.
Yeah, that fight, if they were more on even terms on net worth, Titan wouldn't be able to do that. But they had too much net worth
Radiant's
on their
top
team,
tower is
and
under attack.
I mean the Impale was superb. I mean the Void set it up, but still the Lion went into a good position. He was able to get in a good position to just land that 3-man follow up. Otherwise, they wouldn't have killed everybody in the chrono.
Yep.
And the side blade as well spilled a lot of damage towards the Titan when he was killing the first target as well.
Yep. But your predictions were right, Winter. Team Titan, the masters of the SEA region, looking very strong over MiTH.Trust. 2 very one-sided games here in our first best of 3 of the night.
Yeah, I mean it was just like I don't even think like the draft is like they won so just solely on the draft. They just executed better than MiTH.Trust. MiTH.Trust did somewhat the same heroes. I mean the same kind of strat last game, even though with different heroes, but they wanted to go for Roshan, Aegis, and just take fights, but they didn't play it as well. It's like Titan showed them how the TA should have done in that game, but obviously with some luck, both times where they were doing Roshan, he got a DD rune, so that was certainly super helpful.
Yeah, no doubt about that. But that will be our first best of 3 of 4 tonight. The entire first round of the World Esports Championship, WEC, comes tonight. Each best of 3 is staggered in a 3-hour block, so our next one is scheduled to start in about an hour and 20 minutes. That was pretty much the fastest best of 3 you could hope for. We have like an 18-minute game and a 24-minute game, so we're going to have a long break here. Up next will be Arrow versus Invasion. Winter, you're actually playing tonight as well, right? Are you playing on JR against Zephyr, is that right?
Yeah, playing later.
Ah, interesting. All right, we'll have to keep an eye out for you. I think I have Blaze coming on to join me for the next series, but thank you for hopping on. We were delayed, but that delay gave us enough time for you to get into the lobby, so I'm not complaining too much.
Yeah, sure. I'll see you next time.
Yeah,
buddy.
thanks a lot. Make sure you guys follow him on Twitter, of course, at WinnerDota. It's in the title of this broadcast. I'm at Sayori TV, and make sure you guys give at Beyond the Summit some love as well. We'll have a long break. The stream will stay running with some tunes, but we'll be back in about an hour's time with Arrow versus Invasion.